What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We are about to crush today's NBA slate. We ended up sweeping our free picks yesterday. So looking at our last 3 days on the free picks, we had a sweep yesterday. We went 3-1 the day before that, and then 3-1 the day before that. So technically, we're on a 10-1 run right, or 10-2 run right now on our free picks. We've been killing it. So taking a look at our plays from yesterday, I gave you guys these two slips for free. So we had Fairburn with Santos. That was a very easy cash. Cash pretty much first half for both teams. 150 for 285. We cashed a Stevenson with Kyron Williams and Swift duo play. So this was 250 for 487. Now, I ended up doubling down on Stevenson because they ended up giving us a boost for 49.5 rushing receiving yards. So I ended up playing right here. And my thought process behind this was they gave us almost a normal payout for Stevenson boosted. And if I already have him for 40, the odds of him falling directly between 40 and 50, like the chances are there for sure. I feel like, in my opinion, the chances were kind of low. So I went ahead and doubled down on Stevenson, and he ended up cashing us twice. I paired him with Ingram. That one was pretty free. So cashed all three of those slips, which came from the free picks. Cashed this Drake May with Fairburn. Free play over on Underdog, which was a 3x, 2.8x that cashed, and then these two on Sleeper. So yesterday was actually a very good day. Now, in terms of the bet tracker, the only thing that I have on here was my one money line play that I ended up playing, which was a teaser for Houston. So I ended up having Houston to up plus 10, which I'll go ahead and pull this slip up for you guys and show you what I ended up playing, and it ended up hurting me. So I ended up having, right here it is. This is very, very small. But anyways, minus 140. I had Texans plus 10 with Rams plus 3.5. I called in the video yesterday Rams and Patriots winning. I should have just stuck with my gut and took Patriots on this teaser, but I thought the Texans had a chance at winning, and I thought they'd keep it within 10 points. They didn't, so it ended up chalking my teaser. And this, if you guys are new to the channel, this is only tracking my money lines and my teasers. So this has nothing to do with player props. On the month, we're still up 43, 50, 58, so $4,400 almost. In the last 2 months on our money lines, we're up 9,369. But you can see the only play I had yesterday was a Texans teaser, minus or $250, and that was a loss. And that was the only one from the 18th. So anyways, that being said, guys, I am going to pick a random comment from yesterday's video to win a free month of our VIP. If this video gets 250 likes, I will select another random comment from this video to win free VIP. So drop a like, leave a comment on this video for your free chance. And guys, today is my birthday. Your boy just turned 31. I am UNC status. I've been UNC status for a few years now. So what I'm planning on doing, guys, is I want to see how many likes we can get on this video. If we can get 1,000 likes on this video, and there's been very few videos I've ever hit 1,000 likes. If we can hit 1K likes for the birthday, I'll pick 4 people to win free VIP in tomorrow's video. So smash the like button for the birthday. I appreciate you guys. And let's go ahead and pick our winner from yesterday. So the winner is going to be for only one Calvin, who said fire emoji with the sweep. Well, bro, you called the sweep, man. I appreciate it. Calvin, send me a message on Discord. I will get you added for that free month of VIP, my man. And I do appreciate you for real. Appreciate everybody watching this. One more thing, guys. If you do want to join our Discord, the Discord's free to join. Links down in the description. If you want to get every single slip that I play, so every single one of those wins I just showed you was posted to our Discord. It's $10 a week or $25 a month. And right now, you can get 20% off using code NBA. So $8 a week or $20 a month. It's not going to get any better. Would love to have you guys a part of the community. If you need help getting everything connected or anything like that, just send me a DM on Discord and I'll get you added. But that is there. Link to the WAPs down in the description. Let's go ahead and talk about this NBA slate, because this slate, honestly, I kind of like some of the games, but I kind of don't like the slate overall. There's some games that have potential blowouts, some injury news we really need to look at. And let's go ahead and jump into the game one on the slate, which is the Bucks versus the Hawks. So right now, if you look at Atlanta, they're minus 117 at home, so very close to even odds here. 2.5 point spread, 231.5 total. Right now, 58% of the money on Bucks, 61% on Bucks money or Bucks spread. These two teams both are on a 3-game loss streak. The Bucks have been struggling as of lately. They got beat by 18 versus the Spurs, got completely blown out versus Minnesota, and that was without Ant-Man, and they got beat by the Nuggets, and the Nuggets are injured like crazy. So you guys know this Bucks team has not been doing well. Look at the Hawks. The Hawks, ever since trading Trae Young, they haven't looked well either. Got blown out by the Lakers, got beat by Portland, then they got blown out by Boston. So taking a look at injuries, Taurean Prince is missing for the Bucks. Atlanta has a lot of injuries right now. You got Dyson Daniels questionable. Dante's out for the season. We already know that. I don't know why I didn't just call him Porzingis. But Porzingis is out, and then Ricochet is ruled out. Ricochet was actually questionable, I think, but he is ruled out. So, anyways, both players are 3 players potentially missing from this Atlanta starting 5. So, which I know Porzingis sometimes doesn't. So it is one of those 3 decent players, in my opinion, that could potentially be out for Atlanta, which is a big loss. Now, they're at home. They do have an advantage here. I think Giannis and Franz come back and win this game. I think this is going to be a game where you can get bucks for plus money, and I'm honestly not huge on Atlanta winning this game. Obviously, it's coin flip for a reason, but give me the Bucks here. I'm running with the Bucks. I do think Jalen Johnson has a good game here. I think Giannis obviously has a good game. Giannis and Franz. Giannis is always good for points or PRA, but anyways, that is what I'm going to run with in game 1. Not a whole lot of player props I am looking there. I kind of want to wait for Dyson Daniels' availability to be confirmed or not. So that being said, let's jump into game 2. We got the Cavs versus the Thunder. This is a good game on this slate. Cleveland plus 212 at home, 104 on the spread. Plus 104 on the spread. 5.5 is the number. And 233.5 total. Public betting, most of the money's obviously going to be on OKC. OKC, best team in the league. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. Just got beat by Miami by 2 points, which is a pretty rough loss. That one was in Miami. Miami's pretty tough to beat. I'm not sure if anybody was out that game. Shea played, so yeah, as long as Shea's playing, they're pretty much good to go. Looking at this team, missing Isaiah Hartenstein, missing Topic, and then Jalen Williams is also out this game. So a lot of players missing. Jalen Williams is a big one for this team. I still think OKC's the better team here. I think they can win. Looking at Cleveland, Cleveland has way more injuries than this OKC team, which is why the odds are where they're at, in my opinion. They're missing Garland, missing Chris Livingston, missing Sam Merrill, missing Max Strus. Dean Wade is probable, so he's going to play, but they are missing Garland, which is a huge loss for this team. Now, this game could stay competitive. I don't think this is going to be a blowout. Looking at the Cavs, they've won 3 of their last 4 games. They did lose to the Jazz, which is a pretty tough L. But they still a very good team, even without Garland. So I expect this game to be competitive. I do think OKC gets the win, but OKC's been struggling more lately than they did to start this season. So 35-8, still best record in the NBA. Don't expect them to lose here, but at plus 212, Cavs are actually a live dog in my opinion. But give me OKC if I had to pick. Next game, Wizards-Clippers. This is a game where you got plus 257 for the Wizards at home. It's plus 7.5 on the spread and a 224.5 total with about 50-50 split on where the money is at. So both teams kind of 50-50 on both money line and spread. Looking at the Clippers have won 5 straight games. They have won like 12 of their last 14 games. I mean, this team has been absolutely crushing it. The Wizards, on the other hand, have done the complete opposite. They have lost 6 straight games, have not looked good. They got beat by Denver. They got beat by the Kings. They got beat by the Pelicans. They got beat by some weak teams in here, as well as some strong teams. But Wizards have struggled, man. Now, Wizards, missing Kalibli, missing Vukcevic, missing Whitmore, and Trae Young still missing. Clippers are missing Bogdanovich, Derek Jones, and Kawhi Leonard. Obviously, Bradley Beal out for the season. So both teams missing a lot of players. Washington, obviously, in a lot worse shape, in my opinion. I think the Clippers definitely still had the better team. Obviously, way more talent in their starting 5. You got James Harden, and you got Zubac in this game. Those are the main 2 I'm looking at. Potentially John Collins here. John Collins has been popping off lately for the points. You could probably get him since Kawhi is sitting, but give me the Clippers here. I think the Wizards are a decent team when they're like, they're always a live dog. The Wizards have beat some teams that they shouldn't have, and they've looked better recently than they have at the beginning of the season. But still, this Clippers team, the way they've been playing, just because Kawhi is out, I don't think this Washington team is going to beat them. If you want to run them for plus 257, I wouldn't call you dumb, but give me the Clippers here to win this game. Next game on the slate, this one has blowout potential all over. I'm going to be fading this one in terms of player props. You got the Knicks versus the Mavericks, 86% of the money on the Knicks, 70% of the money on the Knicks covering a 10.5 spread. Now, why has this game got blowout written all over it? Look at the injury news for Dallas. They're questionable Cooper Flag. They're missing AD. They're missing Gafford. They're missing Kyrie, obviously. Missing Derek Lively, obviously. Missing D'Lo. Missing P.J. Washington. So they're missing most of their starting 5 with Cooper Flag also questionable. Looking at the Knicks are potentially missing Jalen Brunson, potentially missing Josh Hart. Both players are questionable. So if they sit, this game could stay a little bit more competitive. I'd be looking at Mikal Bridges and Towns if Brunson ends up sitting. If Brunson and Hart sit, then obviously Towns is going to be a very good pickup in my opinion, versus this Dallas defense because they struggle. So give me Towns in this case. If Brunson plays, then I'm probably just going to fade it. This game could get very, very ugly, very, very fast. Minus 355, 2 juice to take in a play. If Brunson and Hart sit and Cooper Flag plays, you could potentially look at Dallas plus 363 if you think that's going to be the script for this game. But in terms of where I'm looking at, this game's just got a big X on it. I'm going to be fading it. Next game on the slate, we have the Spurs versus the Jazz. Spurs are minus 800, 16.5 spread. We could take a look at it. This game's a no bet for me. Looking at the Jazz, they're potentially missing Collier, missing Harkless, missing Markkanen, missing Niang. Looking at Spurs, just missing Devin Vassell. So Spurs obviously one of the better teams in the league. Jazz are not. Jazz missing a lot of players. Give me the Spurs all day at home. This game's just, I mean, what can you play here? You got 16.5 spread. It's very, very difficult to want to take this game, especially if you're playing Spurs starters. I just fade that completely. Sixers versus Pacers. This game could be competitive. You do have Philly minus 300, 8.5 spread, 228.5 total. 70% of the money on Philly's money line, and then 89% on Philly minus 8.5 on the spread. Looking at these two teams, the Pacers have looked really good compared to what they did lately. Now, they just got beat by 43 points versus Detroit, which was pretty embarrassing. They were missing Siakam that game, so, I mean, Siakam's their best player. Obviously, him being out is huge for the team. But take away that game, and they had won 4 of their last 5 games, beating Charlotte, Miami, Boston, and the Pelicans. So, not looking that bad compared to where they were. Look at this loss streak they were on. They had lost like 12 games in a row. So, being able to win 4 of their last 5, this team has shown a little bit of hope, which is it's huge for a team that's struggling like this. So, missing Benedict Mathurin, missing Obi Toppin still. Philly potentially missing Embiid and Paul George. They're both questionable as usually. They're always on injury reserve. They have 3 days rest. I'm pretty sure both of them is going to play. So, this game could get a little bit ugly in my opinion. I think it could stay competitive as well, though. So, for me, I'm going to bank on this game not being a complete blowout. So maybe 15 points. That's kind of what I'm thinking max. I don't think we're going to see like a 40-point blowout like what happened to him versus Detroit or anything like that. So I think Siakam is potentially a good play in this game. I think you could run Siakam. Obviously, you can always run Maxey. You can always run Embiid in terms of certain props. On the Philly side of thing, I kind of don't want to play it because there's so many mouths to feed. And if this game does get ugly, then Philly's going to be the one missing a lot of players, obviously. So the starting 5 obviously would be sitting. But same thing for the Pacers. But give me Siakam here. I think Siakam's really the only player prop in this game that I'm looking towards. But hopefully it stays competitive. Hopefully this game is something worth watching. Next game on the slate's Nets versus Suns, and we only have 3 left, so bear with me here. We got Nets plus 300 underdogs at home, 8.5 on the spread, and a very low total at 218. 80% and 90% of the money going to be on Phoenix. Obviously, a lot of money on Phoenix for a reason. If you look at this Phoenix team, they have a questionable Devin Booker. Jamari's questionable. And Jalen Green is questionable. First time that they've all been. Booker's been sitting. So this team has looked very, very good this season. Phoenix has been a team that I have not been a fan of, but they've shut me up so many times that I'm starting to become a fan. I'm going to be honest with you. They have just shut me up. So I don't have any slander for this Suns team at all. Brooklyn, obviously, we know I love to run Michael Porter Jr. on these props. He is out. Drake Powell is out. Zaire Williams is out, and Highsmith is out. So they are missing so many players on this Brooklyn team. They are playing in Brooklyn. Could they potentially keep this competitive? If all 3 of these players sit, then yes, this game could stay competitive. All 3 of these players play, or just Booker plays, this could get ugly very fast. So injury news is what you need to wait for this game. If you think that those 3 sit, maybe running the Nets for plus 300 is going to be a decent line for you, but I'm going to be fading this game until I find out better things about Jalen Green and Devin Booker, mainly for the Sun side. Next game on the slate is going to be Pistons Celtics. We got the Pistons minus 144 and a 3.5-point spread. 224.5 total. Half of the money on Boston, half of the money on Detroit, pretty much across the board. Looking at these two teams, Boston on a 2-game win streak, Pistons on a 2-game win streak. Pistons have won 5 of their last 6. Boston have won 3 of their last 6. Pistons are playing at home. Just blew out Indiana. They played 2 days ago. Obviously, the Celtics playing 2 days ago as well. Boston is potentially missing our boy Chris, and then Peyton Pritchard. Josh is out. Tatum's out. Nothing for Detroit. I could have swore there was an injury for Detroit, too. I guess not. So, anyways, Pritchard's mainly the thing I'm looking at on the Boston side of things. Pritchard plays. Obviously, that's going to be a big pickup for Boston. If he sits, it gets even uglier for Boston. But for me, even if Pritchard plays, I think Detroit's the better team. Detroit, fully healthy, one of the best teams in the league, man. They have shown it. They have played very, very good basketball this season. I expect nothing less from them at home tonight. Do I think this game stays competitive? Yes, I do. I think Jaylen Brown is a good look in this one. I think Jalen Duren's actually going to be a good look here tonight, which we'll talk about here in a minute. Give me the Pistons money line. I'm going to be running Pistons money line 100% at minus 144. I don't think the value is bad there at all. You can play them at some type of spread if you wanted to, but give me the Pistons here all day. Last game on the slate: Warriors versus Heat. So Golden State minus 200 favorites at home, 5.5 spread, 238.5 total. Most of the money right now is on Miami with 63% on the money line and 53% on their spread. Now, taking a look at these two teams, Miami has been struggling as of lately. They did just beat OKC at home. They are on the road. This is a home team. This team at home is really good. On the road, they're mid. They've won 35% of the games. They have not looked good on the road. So Miami being on the road scares me. The Warriors at home won 73% of their games. They've been another team that's been very strong at home. On the road, they haven't done very well, but they've won 5 of their last 6 games. They just beat the Knicks, Portland, and Charlotte in 3 straight games. So Golden State definitely fully healthy versus this Miami team. I'm leaning on them to win, but I'm also leaning on this Miami team to keep this competitive because this team's not bad. Now, they're missing Tyler Hero. Jaquez is probable. Davion Mitchell is probable. Rozier still in jail. Before I get corrected, yes, I realize Rozier's probably not behind bars, but yes, I can say that if I want to, and I'm going to. Anyways, that was kind of cringe. But anyways, looking at Miami obviously, Hero is a big loss for this team. He's been playing pretty decent basketball, but Miami's been playing without Hero all season long, so this is nothing new for them. Golden State missing Seth Curry. Draymond's probably going to play this game. Melton is out, and Santos is out. So few players missing on Golden State. Anything that I think that changes the aspect of this game? Not really, other than Draymond playing. Player props for this, I'm looking at Norman Powell. I'm looking at Bam Adebayo. I always get the B and the D mixed up, man. But anyways, going with our man Bam. I think from Golden State side of things is Butler and Curry. Now, Curry I like a lot. Curry versus Miami, he's always going to be good for points. He's been killing the assists. So I'm looking at 2 props for Curry, which we'll talk about here in just a momento. But anyways, for this game, give me Golden State. I think Miami keeps it close enough for this game to be good for player props, and it's probably one of my favorite games to take on this slate for props. That being said, let's go ahead and lock in some slips. Let's go ahead and make some money for today, guys. So, first of all, I want to say that if you want to sign up for any partnered app in the description, you can get a free month of VIP for each one you sign up for. You can get up to 7 full months for free. The one I push the most right now is Parlay Play. You can see I keep a bigger bankroll on Parlay Play majority of the time because it's my favorite app to play on. They give you so many promos. These are all the promos just for today. All these are boosted. So you can take your selection. I don't recommend playing all of them, but you can take your selection, research your own, take the ones you like, and you could do really well on Parlay Play. They give you $5 for free if you sign up with our code, Fantasy Aces, and you get free VIP plus a deposit match up to $100. So no brainer on that one. If you sign up, let me know, and we'll get you added. Another tool that I am partnered with right now is called Upside Tools. Upside Tools is an optimizer. What it does is it takes all the value from all of our apps like Prizepicks, Underdog, Novig, Novig right here. And what it does is it finds you positive EV value. It finds you value that are better on one book than another. For example here, you got the Pacers. Pacers minus 9.5 on the spread. Now, minus 9.5? That's not the Pacers. That's Miami versus... Oh, my gosh, bro. All right. All right, yeah. We're going to pretend that didn't just happen. I saw Miami, immediately thought of the Heat, and then Indiana, I immediately thought Pacers. So Indiana, this is obviously the college football game, which we have going on today. Miami versus Indiana. I have Indiana winning, so makes more sense now. So we got Indiana minus 9.5. It's plus 121 on Underdog compared to minus 104 DraftKings and plus 102 here. So you're getting very, very good value over here on Novig, $4,000 max. So it's kind of what it does. You can do it with player props as well. Up here, player props, you can see Donovan Mitchell right here, under 6 assists. 57% chance to hit, minus 111 on sleeper. So getting very, very good value running this on Prizepicks. So if you guys want to try it out, you can try it out for 5 days for free using code ACES down in the description, and you get 25% off your first month if you decide to keep it. But that being said, let's talk about these plays. Let's lock in 2 slips live. This is not coffee, by the way. This is like apple cider, and this stuff is GAF. If you don't know what that means, it means good as fork. But anyways, jumping into pick number 1. So I'm taking our man Bam. Bam's whose last name I struggle to say all the time. We used to call him Yabba Dabba Doo, but I'm not going to say that either. But I like Bam for 30 PRA. Now, let's talk about Bam. Because if you look at Bam's last 10, you're going to be like, this is the dumbest shit you've ever posted, Ace. Like, why would you ever play Bam here? Bam is one of those players who's pretty streaky. So he had his little spell of bad games. Look at his last 3, 42, 31, and 46. Look at him on the season. He has a streaky. He's very streaky. Started out the season very hot, missed a game, started out 3 more strong games, and after that, he just took a dive, a nosedive completely. Now, playing against Golden State, head-to-head versus Golden State, 33, 36, and 30 PRA in his last 3 games. The only game this season he cashed this line. Now, Golden State has a decent defense. To the center position, they do not have a very strong defense. They give up 25th in rebounds, 28th in assists, and 14th in points. So this is a team that does struggle versus the center position. Bam has been playing very good basketball. Plus, they're missing players, man. They're missing Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero out is huge. Obviously, Rozier's the only one, which that doesn't even matter. Jaquez and Mitchell obviously bring back a lot of usage to the rest of the players, but I think Bam has a good game, man. I'm willing to take Bam for 29.5 PRA. I'm willing to lock him in. If you want to fade a play, this is probably the one I would fade the most out of all the plays I'm taking. This is probably going to be the riskiest one in my opinion, but I do think Bam cashes, and with the way he's been playing, I'm willing to put some money on him now. I was looking at Norman Powell. Norman Powell's line is so elevated right now that it's very hard to take him because he's been playing so well. So if you'd rather take Powell for 30, I'm pretty sure it's a better payout than Bam. Let me confirm that. I think his original line is 30. So yeah, you can get his original line. Now you can get Powell at like 26.5, and I like it. I'm looking at these two players from Miami. Pick the one you like. I'm taking Bam right now for the value. I think the value is good, and I'm going to lock him in. Who am I going to pair Bam with? I'm pairing Bam with another center. I'm taking our man Zubac. I'm taking Zubac over 24.5 points and rebounds. This line is very good value in my opinion. 24.5 is the line that Zubac has cashed almost every game this season. Is that points and rebounds? 24.5. Yes. So looking at him on the season, he's cashed 63%. Last few games, yeah, he struggled. I noticed looks another player that's very streaky and has looked ugly as of lately. Look at his minutes. And look at his head-to-head data. Head-to-head, he had 34 first game versus Washington. He had 20 his last game. Now, both of these are from last season. There is no data from this season. But if you look at Washington's points and rebounds defense, 29th and 29th, center position 23rd and 28th. So the matchup for Zubac is about as good as it's going to get. This team could end up blowing out the Wizards, which is obviously going to be a risk here, but they're missing Kawhi, man. This team without Kawhi is really, I think, going to struggle. So go to games without Kawhi, which we can click here, and he's cashed 10 of 11 games. So this is where the matchup really looks good for our man Zubac. It's when Kawhi is sitting because his usage goes up. He's dominating this line. He's averaging 29. You got several games where he's getting mid-30s, high 30s. So I'm willing to take a chance here. If you don't like this slip, this is my least favorite of the two slips. I'm going to be honest with you. But I think Zubac's a good play tonight as long as this game does stay competitive, and I'm willing to take a chance on that with my own personal money. So PR right here. This does get us a 1.89x. We're going to lock it in. Once again, if you don't like the play, just fade it. Track picks, refresh so you know it's legit. And here it is. Zubac, Bam, points and rebounds, plus PRA. Next game on the slate, or next slip we're going to run in for this slate, is going to be for our man Curry. Now, 2 props for Curry. I think both of them could cash. One of them is going to cash. So I have Curry, 24.5 points. That's the line I'm looking at. He's cashed this 67% of his of the season, and he's cashed this in 8 of his last 10 games, averaging 25 points. 25 is not a lot for Curry. I know he's had some bad games in here, but I do think he cashes this. It's a fast-paced game versus Miami. Like I said, I think Miami keeps this game close. He had 31 points his last game versus Miami, which was back in January of last year. So obviously none from this season. But like Curry, obviously Curry can drop 50 points pretty much at any point in time. He's been killing it as of lately, and I want to take a chance on a team that has a bottom 10 defense in terms of points allowed per game. Now, another play that I like for Curry, if you don't want to take his points, is going to be his assist line at 4.5. Curry has been dominating these assists lately. He has been facilitating big time, 11 assists and 10 assists in a couple of these games. Like I said, it's probably going to be a pretty fast-paced game in Golden State. He's cashed his 55% on the season. Head-to-head data, there's no matchup versus Miami other than one from last year, and he has 0 assists in that game. If you look at him on the 2024 season, though, he ended up cashing this line 70% of games on the season. So I like Curry here for 4.5 assists or for 24.5 points. You can pick the one you want. I think if he misses one of them, he cashes the other. That's my personal opinion. So give me Curry unless it becomes a big blowout. Payout's going to be a little bit better for the assists. I'm probably going to lean on the assists here. We'll check the value completely on this slip, but I like Curry for both of these lines. You can pick the one you like. Who am I pairing Curry with? I'm pairing him with Jalen Duren, 8.5 rebounds, which is going to be a boosted play on Parlay play. So rebounds, 8.5. He's cashed 6 of his last 10. He's cashed it 61% on the season. Now, Jalen Duren has a tough matchup versus Boston. Boston has the 6th ranked defense in terms of rebounds allowed, give up 12 per game to the center position. Head-to-head, Duren has looked good versus Boston. He had 16 in the first game this season, or he has two games this season, or 3 games this season overall versus the Celtics. First game he had 18 boards. Second game he had 16. Last game he had 3. So yes, last game he didn't look that good, but 2 games before that he had almost double-digit rebounds. So give me Jalen Duren here. I think the matchup's going to favor him tonight. I think they're going to keep this game very competitive. I think Boston does. I do think Detroit wins, and Duren for 9 rebounds I'm willing to take a chance on pretty much any day for a boosted payout. Lock it in. This gives us a 1.99x. If you'd rather take Curry for 25 points, you can take that as well, and let's check the payout on that. Curry, 25 points. Draymond is playing this game. It's a 1.85x. I think I'm going to play Curry points here. I'm going to play his assists somewhere else later. I am going to play both lines, but I'm going to take Curry points on this one if you want to play that one. You can swap it for assists if you prefer assists, but with this game versus Miami, I think Curry cashes. So here's our 2 slips. I'll refresh one more time. You can see Duran and Curry, and then we got Zubac and Bam if you want to play those. So that's what I got for today, guys. Lock them in if you like them. Fade them if you don't. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Once again, leave a like for the birthday. I would appreciate it. If we get 1,000 likes on this video, like I said, I'll pick 4 people to win VIP. I know we can hit 500. If we can't, then it is what it is. But I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Appreciate the another year of success on YouTube, because it's been way better than I could ever imagine, and I want to thank you all for that. So hope you guys have a great day. Hope you guys cash everything. Join the Discord if you haven't already, and I'll see y'all in the next video.